What's up? It's Renni Rucci, and I'm hanging out with the Baller Alert Show.
Baller Alert. Welcome to the Baller Alert Show podcast, available everywhere you get your podcast. I go by the name of Ferrari Simmons.
Hey, young world, it's your bestie, Sue Solo.
Watch this. I go by the name, BT.
OCT, what that?
Special guest, Renni Rucci in the building. We snap.
She iced out in that
Hey, big Renni.
It's the big one.
He said, fuck what Ocho Cinco talking about. I'm icy.
We talk a lot of shit. You got to host the show with us, okay?
All right, I'm down.
Just in case
you
missed it.
Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles with Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
I'm a newly Eagles fan, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to
I love Jalen Hurts.
And all the women do. I see.
We respect him.
Two
we
black
value
quarterbacks.
him.
One of them light skinned.
Hold on, give Jalen a little more time.
Okay.
Y'all just slow down. Give Jalen a little
Go
more
ahead.
time.
Go ahead.
He needs a little breathing room.
Jalen
Jalen
is
is
silence.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yo,
Amen.
he
got a black from Philly.
He got a black woman agent.
Yeah, black
You know what I'm
female,
saying?
first black female agent to represent a black quarterback in the
Snaps
Super Bowl.
for her.
Yes, snaps for her.
He is so professional.
So fine.
He is goal oriented
and fine.
He motivates the team.
Oh my gosh.
And he makes it happen.
As do all quarterbacks
And when he
and
do
all
his
the
thing and that
teams.
tongue come out, I be like, sir.
Let me see him.
You ain't seen him?
Oh.
Shout out to the Q Dogs.
He went
Y'all got
viral.
one.
And I'm thinking that he's going viral because they're actually winning games.
It's
They
both
gonna
of
win the
those.
Super Bowl, though.
They go hand in hand.
I don't know, man. I
Babyface,
don't
right?
know.
They gonna win the Super Bowl, Babyface, right?
I don't know if they gonna beat that boy Pat.
Well, I'm gonna be watching with
You gonna watch Super Bowl?
with my Jalen Hurts jersey on.
Oh my God.
Okay, and not so good news. Tyre Nichols. Did you guys see the video?
I tried to watch it, but it's
fucked
like,
up,
man,
though.
how many times are we
It's
gonna
pretty
keep
bad.
seeing?
Yeah. It wasn't any white cops, but they were immediately,
It happened.
action was
Take it.
taken.
It was swift.
Action was taken immediately.
It was
but
swift, efficient,
in
and
more
clear as
other
day.
situations, we've seen it take months and years,
Months.
and some still.
And some people get left and still get paid, or they get fired from that job and they go to another county and they're still employed and they're still going to continue doing the same thing. So it's like, that's really sad, man, that we continue, to live in a world to where we have to be, first of all, people don't, I don't know, some people know, some people may not know, but your taxes is paying salaries.
Yeah.
So why do black people, we still get pulled over and we're still afraid, like, oh my God, we're getting pulled over by the cops. I don't know how this is going to turn out.
Well, they're saying the motive behind it was, I guess one of the cops, like
exes,
baby mama or something like that.
So apparently one of the officers involved, his ex worked at the same FedEx that Tyre worked at. Right? And supposedly Tyre was sleeping with Officer Haley's ex. If this is true, obviously it's premeditated. Like, he saw that man, wanted to beat his ass, and got his friends involved, and he eventually killed him.
That's it.
Again, this is all alleged. We do not know if this is true, but if it is true, then it is very obvious that this is premeditated murder. Whether he knew that he was pulling this man over or not, once you saw him, you decided what you were going to do, and you had your friends help you with it. You all deserve life in prison.
Yeah, justice for Tyre.
And the only way that, I feel like all these, police brutality is going to get better is with punishment. They got to be treated just how we would be treated if we went out and jumped somebody and killed them.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah.
All right. QC accuses Offset of breaching legal agreement. According to Radar Online, Offset sued Quality Control to prevent the record label from receiving revenue for his solo work. The lawsuit said Offset signed his first deal with QC in 2013. The agreement provided the label with full control and 50% of his profits. QC said Offset had breached the confidentiality provision in the original settlement agreement by disclosing the terms of the settlement agreement in the complaint on social media posts.
There is too much going on to where I think there should be an issue. I understand that business is business, but business is us. We do business. We're the ones that are making the rules. We're making the contracts. There's no reason to have people in messed up deals. There's no reason to lock people. There's no reason to do this to people.
Well, when you're trying to get rich, it's the reason.
How much, like, you rich?
It's a lot of greed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can speak to that.
You're in
It's disgusting.
You're in a contract.
Yeah.
So who are you signed to?
Wolfpack. Yeah.
And is your Wolfpack?
And for some reason, I don't know. I'm glad you asked that because for some reason people think I've been signed to QC. I was never signed to QC.
You just worked with QC.
Our family. Like we, kind of under the same house or whatever. Never been signed to QC. I've always been signed to Wolfpack since. That's the only contract I've ever signed. And I've never been upstreamed. I've never signed to a bigger label or anything. I've been with my independent label since I signed. You know, kind of figuring it out together.
And you're satisfied with your contract?
You know, I'm gonna just say, I don't think anybody, when you start learning the business and everything, I don't think anybody's satisfied with their first contract. It's like your first job. Like, you know, it's just something to get your feet wet or whatever. But the difference is, some people lack integrity in business. 100%. So being that who I signed to, we are like a family and there is a lot of integrity on both ends. Whatever I'm not happy with or whatever they may not be happy with, because it's not just about the artist. Like, I think that's another thing too. Like, the artist only sometimes look from a selfish standpoint. You have to take the other side of the perspective, because this is somebody investing into your future. Yeah, you may feel like, well, I'm the one who had to do this. I'm the one, you know, but that's somebody who took a chance to invest into you, for you to make this money, for you to have a platform, for you to do whatever it is that you're doing. So I think, like, sometimes as artists or whatever the case is, we forget to look at the other side. If we were the person who wasn't the talent per se, but pouring the money into the talent, why can't I want to make my money back? Why can't I want to see a profit? Because I was the one who took the chance on you. Communication go a long way and integrity go a long way, but you do have people who do sign messed up deals and they aren't really in bed with people who...
Well, I feel like that was what the music industry was built off of, bad deals. Like,
yeah, but also, I mean, I think some people just, it depends on circumstances too. Like, if you're in a situation where you can wait it out and be independent and build on your own, then that's what you should do. But some people, if we be in real sign contracts, because like they looking for it, like they need it right then, or they don't know, like, you don't, they don't take the time or feel like they have the time to figure it out. Like, people look for money quick, and when it look good, they go for it. We all know this.
I feel like artists don't care about their record deal until, like, I feel like the money slows down.
Oh, no.
And this situation, like, it has nothing to do with like QC or just Offset. I'm just saying, like, in history of music, artists only look at their contract when the money slows down.
Because it's weird. It's like, wait a minute, what's going on?
I negotiated my contract for months before I signed it. Yeah. Like, literally down to like verbiage of certain statements, because I felt like it was like blanket language. Like, no, let's be very specific about what this is, what this means, if this happens. Like, so we both knew what it, like, our lawyers and I, like, we went back and forth for months. Like, I was still stripping, so I had money. That's why I'm saying circumstances too. Like, I had
so
the
you
time
already had
to
money.
sit there. Yeah, like, I had the time to sit there and wait and figure it out.
Did you have a fellow artist guide you through it, or did you just go with your lawyers?
I talked to my lawyers.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just had the bag already. She like, I ain't tripping, you know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I was just trying to exit the lifestyle I was in.
Right.
So, but I had the money, so I wasn't rushing. If I didn't have the money, I probably would have signed the first contract they gave me.
I mean, we remember Sukiyana, going online and losing her mind, couldn't get out of a horrible deal. And honestly, I agree with you. I just want us to do better business with each other.
Yeah, with each other.
That's all.
Like, because everybody else look out for their people.
They do.
We, like, as our community, have a hard time looking out for each other.
Well, I just hope they fix that, man. Nobody wants to see the family feud, so I hope
nobody wins.
I hope QC and Offset, fix that and can move on, and
I want to also segue to Ocho Cinco. That's a very smart man right there.
Very smart.
Yes, sir.
Never bought real anything when I was playing. Never. What was the point? I went to Claire's. The women don't deal with you anyway because of who you are.
Right.
And then the other women who really doing their homework done Google how much you're making already.
Right.
Why am I buying a $50,000 watch? For what? There's nothing I can buy that's bigger than my name alone. So it made no sense.
Listen, Ferrari
stay rich.
That's how the rich stay rich.
Ferrari don't understand, man. Like, where I'm from Arkansas. So what I realized when I became an adult, when I started having white friends, and I started going to their house, I'm like, damn, they got a big ass house, but then they dad is driving a Corolla. You funny, Sue. But I'm like, they dad driving a Corolla, but their house is way bigger than ours, and we over here trying to drive Benzes and trucks and everything over here, but we over here in this little house.
Section 8.
Yeah, so then when I moved to Atlanta, Ferrari, they used to try to haze me at the radio station and we go out to eat and the bill $300-400, and I was like, oh hell no, I can't hang with them.
Yeah, because we made you pay one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we knew you had it.
I don't remember the last time we went out to eat since then.
That was at Cheetah, actually. That was at Cheetah.
Y'all ran
What
that
kind of
bill up.
dates do you go on?
Wait, okay, please
Good
tell her about the
question,
first
Big
date.
Rennie.
just go ahead.
You want me to tell you about my first?
Not the long story.
Okay.
Short
So short story is, I moved to Atlanta, started dating. I went on a date. The girl took me to this restaurant, and when I got there, I'm not knowing the situation or whatever, and I looked at the menu, and I seen the cheapest thing on the menu was like $25 in the appetizer. That's a whole meal in Arkansas. Make a long story short, I said I gotta use the bathroom. I told the waiter, "Hey man, make sure these checks are separate."
On a date.
No, you really like that though.
I kept it real. I keep it real. Listen.
All right.
Okay, so Chad said he wasn't worried about, crazy expensive cars. He was flying Spirit. He bought Claire's jewelry. You icy. So what's your rule of thumb? What do you feel about what what Chad was saying? Did it make you think like, you know what? I don't need to buy no more ice, or are you like, fuck that? This is what I like. This is what I'm gonna do.
Well, I'm not really a splurger, so like I don't just buy expensive things every day or just because I make money or whatever. Like I do like gift myself things sometimes because everybody deserves to like enjoy what they work hard for. But no, I'm tight with $1. I have a heart attack spending my own money. I don't know, like I just like I agree with him, but I'm not going as far as to buy fake things.
He said he shopped at Claire's.
Like I'm not going to
I don't know if I believe that.
What they call it now, they call them dupes. I'm not gonna go buy dupe bags and shoes. And
What's
all
a
of that.
dupe bag? What's that?
That's what they call.
Knock
That's
off.
like the new slang for like fake stuff. Like I'm not doing all of that. Like if I wanted that bad, I'll go buy it. But 9 times out of 10, I'm not finna buy it. You know how I shop? I'll go online, go to the website I want to put everything in my cart, look at it and all, get all the way to the checkout, and that's it. I feel like I bought it. Like I just never checked out.
I love
it's
it.
a mental thing. It's really a mental thing. And then I go look at my bank account, and my bank account look better with my money in it.
Right.
So
Okay.
I do have a lot of expensive things, but I didn't say I bought it.
Okay, let me get some snaps for that.
I'm not mad at
I like that.
It is time for love versus money.
I mean,
Renni
speaking of
Rucci.
love, who bought them expensive things, sis?
Which ones?
Run it down. Let's talk.
I meet a lot of nice people that like to make me happy.
A lot of nice people that like to make
nice
you happy. So you're dating.
I'm single.
You're single. Okay. Are you exploring some options?
I don't want to say I'm dating because I'm at a space now that I've never been at before. I feel like if people know about me or they don't, I was a teen mom. So I've been a mom since the time I was 16 years old. So half my life I was a kid, the other half I've been a mom. My kids are now 14 and 12. They're independent. They don't really need me hand and foot how they did before. I've always been in serious relationships, and I'm not in a relationship right now. So I feel like this is like my first time really like being on my own and like being able to like, if I want to talk to you today, I'll talk to you today.
So you can have a hot girl summer this year.
Not even hot, like not a hot girl
Just
thing,
enjoy
because
yourself.
it's like, I'm the nigga with the money, so I ain't really like pressed about a man. I'm just enjoying myself, enjoying life, doing what I want to do. If I want to include a man in that time, good for you. Enjoy your time while you're here. Other than that, like I'm fine with myself.
Okay, hold up. Pause real quick.
Let's pause the interview.
We're gonna get right back. We're gonna get back in there. Let's do love versus money real quick.
Okay.
It's love versus money on the Baller Alert Show.
All right, love versus money. This is when I shoot out a couple to you guys, and then you guys let me know individually, are they there for the love or is it just a business relationship? All right, so today we have Tay Diggs and April Jones.
Business.
Ooh, look,
Hey, can
this
I
ain't for
say
you.
the thing
This
first?
for Rennie.
Tay Diggs and April
Business.
Jones. Oh, April's Omarion baby mama.
Business.
Are they together for the love or the money?
I'm gonna say love, and I only say that because a lot of people would look at it and be like, they're so different, it gotta be business. I look at it like they are so different. The only thing that could keep them together this long for real is love. And when you see their chemistry, when they make like their videos and stuff together, it don't seem forced to me. I've seen a lot of forced shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
It don't seem forced to me. I really think they do genuinely love and care about each other.
Sue?
Lord, I didn't know you was coming this way next. Okay, so I actually really agree with you. You know when they say like opposites attract? I think that Tay has always been super like young-hearted and full of energy, and then you got April, who was a little bit more mature for her age, but still young, lighthearted, fun. I don't think this is business. I think April is ready for something a little more stable. And I think Tay wants someone who's still young, fresh, sexy, and full of energy. I think it's love.
BT.
I was joking earlier. I do think it's love because, I mean, for a woman to make a man get on social media and act out of character, you know what I'm saying, get a little loose on the gram.
He's an actor.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like,
I think she makes him comfortable.
That's what I mean. Like he makes him. You know, when a woman can make you be more comfortable and be more yourself, is definitely love.
So some people think that in the beginning it was business because, you know, Tay, like a Michael B. Jordan, had a reputation of just dating white women, and they thought, you know, that this could be like a cleanup for that. What do you guys think about that?
I think no matter how it started, obviously they both benefiting because they're enjoying their time with each other.
I mean, she ain't all the way black, so what's the problem? Like,
Right.
Are they satisfied now? Like, you know, he gonna date who he wants to date.
I don't think that's
with your coworker?
I don't think that's people's business. I think they put too much on that, like who people date and what's their race.
Yeah, the race part for me, it's like, okay, like, Tay not all the way black. His damn self. You know what I'm saying?
Even though he look black.
He's chocolate skin wise.
Does Tay have kids?
He has a son.
And what I'm saying is he's not like this, like, you know, you're not finna pull up and fall forward and see Tay like outside.
She makes him feel very comfortable.
You know what I mean?
Like that's how you know you love somebody, or like it's love there, because
you can just be yourself.
Yeah, like
That's
I'm
a
so
fact.
comfortable. I don't care what nobody else say about me when I do this, because you make me feel like it's okay for me to be me.
Yeah.
Like you make me appreciate even being myself more.
Yeah, you can tell they love each other.
Yeah.
I think it's real love.
Yeah.
I
They
really
started
do.
off as co-workers though, for sure.
Wait, first of all, did you see that viral interview when she got drunk and she said how all these dudes wanted her and that was in her DMs?
Yeah.
You think Tay Diggs wasn't one of them?
I think he probably was one of them.
It was when she was on Instagram Live,
If
I
that
think.
wasn't,
Yeah.
then that probably made him go in her DMs. Because everybody was like trying to go hard on her, like, oh, she been doing this, she been doing
Right.
this. Man,
she got options.
He probably was like, oh, I
She
like
got
that.
experience.
Yeah.
Like, she a young thing with experience.
You know he slid in
Let
them
me
DMs.
get some of that Thundercat. And let's go.
Wait, before that, she
out in the youth.
Before that, she was with Dr. Dre.
First
No, Dr. Dre
on-
bought her that Range Rover. I said, shit, she must got that fire.
Has he bought her a car?
Every rich nigga don't buy gifts.
I think it depends on what money means to you. I think when it's a person who doesn't value money like that, they just gonna do it.
Doing it for.
Nigga,
'Cause a broke man will figure out
Dr.
how to
Dre
get a
value
woman
his
something
money. That nigga
100%.
had a stroke when he had to pay that $1 million a month. That nigga ended up in a
Yeah, but
hospital
I'm
with a
just
tumor.
saying, like
That's because he hated his ex-wife at that point.
a man with, let's find a way to do something for the woman that he really vibing with.
That's true.
And we are back with the Baller Alert Show podcast, available everywhere you get your podcast. Renni Rucci is still in the building. We appreciate you pulling up on us.
I'm staying with y'all. the
We
whole
love
time.
it.
You having fun so far?
You rocking with us?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so what's going on with the music, man? Because I definitely did a search like a week or so. I was like, damn, when's the last time Renni Rucci put out a song by herself?
I
Not a
just
song.
put out Texture from my
Texture?
From the Block performance.
Okay.
Keep the Change right before that.
Okay.
Check his ass, bro.
Yeah. So somebody, they be in
When
my
was the
Instagram
date?
comments like
When was the date?
literally like December. Like
I saw one in December. I
and
saw
Keep the
one,
Change was before that in November.
but I want more than just
It's
that.
coming. I'm putting a mixtape out. I'm finishing it up right now. You know, my label and I kind of wasn't seeing eye to eye, so my music was, that come with like just you have a little fallout with your mom and your daddy, and y'all got to sit down at the table, but everybody's stubborn, and so that's and then right when we were ready to get the ball back rolling with the music, my mom passed, so
Yep.
I had to just
Sorry to hear that.
figure. Thank you, but so it's been a year now, and it's still like some days are like, okay, I know how to move through this world, and the other days are like, I don't know what to do. So and with trying to finish my tape, it's been like that. So it's like when you're really creative, as we all are sitting here, like like sometimes when you mentally and emotionally like just not there, you can't.
You can't get out of it.
You can't. Like you can't shake it. You can't think of nothing. You can't create anything because you're just not in that space. So trying to finish the tape, that's been the biggest challenge. Like some days I like it's there. Come on, let's do it. And the next day I might like sit in my bed for a week. It's just different, So, but I got a tape coming.
What are you doing to heal? Like, are you going through therapy? Are you?
Actually, I think I just really realized that I need to do something to actually like address grieving. Because I sat in my bed for a long time. I, just isolated myself. But I'm also like, even though I'm the youngest girl, I'm like everybody big sister. It's 4 of us and we got a little brother, but I'm like the big sister. So, when it came down to funeral arrangements, I was the one doing everything. I just had to be like the one to be strong for everybody else. So then I dove into work. I just started doing a lot of shows. I didn't care what it was, where it was, just book it, let's do it.
Trying to get your mind off.
So I could work myself into a hole to where I was like exhausted all the way around. Like physically, mentally, emotionally, like everything. And it took my kids saying to me, hey, like, you okay? Like my daughter really, because me and my daughter spend our little time together, we get our snuggles in. We still, like, my kids are really affectionate. I'm not an affectionate person to anybody else, but my kids are like really affectionate. So my daughter was laying with me and she's like, you know what? Like, you're not yourself. Like something's wrong or whatever. And she's like, it's okay to not be okay. And for my 12-year-old to tell me that, I was like, you gotta address it. Because if I'm not my best self for them, then nothing is right.
Kids know.
That's what Lauren London kind of said too. That's what Lauren London was saying too, while she got back to work.
No, seriously, like, and you will think, like, honestly, like, we all do this. Like, when something's wrong with us, we do a good job of masking it.
100%.
So, like, other people don't really know what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Sometimes we mask it so good that we don't even realize what we're dealing with. Like, we put ourselves in this delusion to not see ourselves anymore. Like, just see what we want to see and notice what we want to notice. We got to stop ignoring the problems, and that's what I had to really sit down and have like a little come to Jesus moment with myself. Like, girl, get it together. Like, you need to really just sit down and address what it is, because you can go make all the money, you can go do all the work, but if you're not okay, that's never going to change.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think maybe I should go do like some therapy or something. But
you should at least try it.
Yeah, I think I'm open to it. Like, I'm open to it now. I didn't think it was like a real problem for that though. I'm, like grief. You feel like as the days go, it get easier. And when I realized that it don't, I'm like, oh yeah. Like,
and it's not just this grief, it's previous experiences you may have had. It's you having issues with the label, trying to get your music out. There's so much.
And then like my fiance went to prison, so it like that was the whole year before, like during all of this. And then me and my mom weren't really in the best place like a few months right before she had passed, and that was on TV.
We saw that on Love and Hip Hop.
It was just like a lot of things that from the outside looking in, people don't really understand. Like, no, I live with this every day.
How was it for you being on TV? Because now one thing is to be online.
Yeah.
The next thing, you on TV and it's a sitcom, and sometimes you don't know how the shot gonna look. So sometimes you're waiting for the episode to come out to see how they edited it.
And I think people don't know that. Like, we don't know what the episode is until the episode. Like, my first time seeing the episodes be when everybody else see it.
We talking about Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah. So when me and my mom were dealing with that, honestly, I feel like my first season on there, I didn't really show who I was. It was something new to me.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to maneuver like the cameras being there. And my fiance had literally just went to prison right before we started. Yeah. Well, my ex-fiance, because we're not together anymore. Yeah. But he had literally just went to prison like right before we started filming.
So you trying to adjust?
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm slick depressed. Like I'm going through this little funk. Me and my label had really just started beefing. So it's like I'm really like just trying to act like I'm all right.
What's going on?
COVID was like just kind of like we outside a little bit, but not really too much. So a lot of the things that I wanted to film, we couldn't film because it was COVID restrictions and things like that, or whatever.
Music.
So the only thing that we really got to show was this rough spot me and my mom were in. And I was just like, at the time, like, I hate it. Like, I just don't like that this is the only thing we filming. Like, this is all we can film because it's in this, you can test everybody here and this is what's going on, whatever. But now I appreciate the episodes. I didn't watch those episodes with me and my mom until after she passed because we were just like,
so you went back and watched them?
And it was by accident because I was just scrolling on Instagram. Somebody tagged me in an episode where we had like our last little argument and I'm crying at the end, but we hug it out and it's just whatever. And I appreciated them episodes in that moment because even though it was like an ugly moment for us, and we've had many, like we love each other to death. We loved each other so hard, but we were so much alike, like look alike, act alike, everything. That was my best friend, but that was like, girl, you know what I'm saying? So when I went back and looked at it, I appreciated the episodes because I can look at that. Like I had that forever.
Memories.
I had, even though it's bad parts in it, but watching you hug me and me hug you and just let you know how much I love you, how much we don't understand each other, but you know, it's this, I love you. Yeah. So I appreciated it in that moment, but it's still hard to watch. Yeah. But I do like the show. I like being on the show. I like being a part of it. It's fun. It's interesting.
Are you going back to Love and Hip Hop?
I gotta watch.
Yeah.
We got watch.
So we spoke to Scrap. We spoke to Jock. Scrap, you know, we saw him have this whole thing with his mom on the show, which was really like a breakthrough, especially for people that have been watching Love and Hip Hop. I've been watching for years. I felt like that was the inevitable. Like, I felt like he was going to snap or release at some point. He shared that they offer therapy to the cast members of Love and Hip Hop. Have you ever accepted that therapy at all?
I do this thing where when I am dealing with something, I shut off from everybody. Like, I just, no, I'm okay. I'm fine. I don't need it.
I'll figure it out myself.
I'll figure it out myself. I think because I've been so used to doing that, because again, like, I was a teen mom. I had to figure shit out myself since 16. So I've never just looked, or when it was offered, I never felt like it was a genuine thing. So when you do have situations where it is genuine, it's just something I'm not used to yet. So I don't know how to accept it. So it's more like, no, I'm okay, because that's what I know to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm like a man with pride. Like, don't ask nobody for directions. We gonna figure it out. Like, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you definitely need some therapy to break that wall down.
No,
right. Like,
I struggle with that too.
The hardest part is like acknowledging it. I'm acknowledging I have a hard time accepting things from people.
What's your sign? A Taurus?
No, I'm a Libra.
But you also acknowledge that you're single.
Yeah, I am single.
Why? How? What happened?
Yeah, let's talk about this, because everybody swear I cheated on this man.
I mean, is it cheating if so? I mean, I'm sorry.
Why do people feel like you cheated
Y'all
on them?
know I play devil's advocate.
So Renni Rucci, Fujiano's engaged.
So Fuji and we started dating. We actually went public. New Year, was it 2021?
It was before the pandemic, so
2021.
Okay.
On New Year's. So he got locked up in March.
Okay.
So that's roughly like only 3 months that we were actually together. But we spent every one of those days together.
How'd y'all get together? How'd y'all get together?
Instagram.
Okay.
So it's like, all right, so he was in my DMs before, but I didn't see it. And then I went to go DM him about a song he had. And I was like, you know, you should let me put a verse on it or whatever. But he had just did the remix with DaBaby. And he was like, I'm going to get something else for you, It was nothing else after that. And then it was like some mishap with his manager and my manager, and something about a session we were supposed to be having together, but it was never no session. Like, I don't know what that whole situation was, but he was like, he hit me. He was like, you could have just hit me yourself. Like, what's going on? I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? Like,
so y'all had a studio session that didn't happen?
We never had a session, so I didn't know what he was talking about. Neither one of us knew what the other was talking about. But anyway, that's just what sparked the conversation, because it led to us exchanging numbers, trying to figure out what went on, and then like we just kind of started talking every day. Like, we just like was cool, and like
then you were inseparable, and then he get locked up.
Inseparable, get in a relationship, and even in those 3 months, like be clear, like, it was not perfect. Like, it was a new relationship with, you got this many baby mamas, I got what I got going on, like, whatever the case is. I'm just getting out of a 5-year relationship. So it was like a lot of baggage on both ends. But we figured it out, and we were like really friends and really cool. So he gets locked up, and I'm like, listen, I'm finna try to do this with you. Like,
yeah, I remember you did the BallerAlert interview. Remember she did it with us?
Like I was down. Like, we in this together, because that's just how much I rocked. He
cursed out Trey Songz behind bars. Remember that?
Oh yeah, he did.
And it was like, I was shocked that I even liked him. Like, I loved him at this time. Like, we was like really in love.
So did he pop the question at that time, or
no? This later on, but.
So he proposed to you from jail.
My kid's dad did 8 years.
Okay.
Right. So this is like just a little. My kid's dad did 8 years, and I did not do any of that time with him. I like, when my kid's dad went to prison, I was 18 years old. I still had 3 months left in my pregnancy with my daughter, because both my kids had the same father. And I just felt like that was my exit route to a situation. I did not do any of that time with him. So, and I said I would never stay with a man locked up. Never would do it. But I vibed with him. Yeah, so it was what it was. everything was cool. I want to say like a couple of months in, like it started getting
different.
Very different. I didn't expect it to stay the same, but it started getting very different.
Is this in a bad way? This before he proposed?
I don't want to say a bad way. This is before he proposed.
Okay.
I don't want to say a bad way. It was just like more of like a communication thing. I'm not a person who likes to sit on the phone all the time. Like, and he know that. Like, I don't like to talk on the phone. I'm not a communicator. My communication skills are bad. Like, and I know that.
But he ain't got nowhere to go.
That's all he has.
Yeah, so he's probably calling you throughout the day. Sometimes you don't answer the phone.
No, remember we was doing the Ball Alert online interview and he called.
Oh yeah,
like it was literally like, and I was extending that much of myself even when I didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? Like I like my me time. I like to not talk. I like to sit alone. I need that for myself.
So how'd y'all get from that to
sacrifice.
him proposing? I'm sorry to rush your story.
Honestly, it was just one of those things where even though it was like rough, it was like I just, I ain't gonna leave you. Like I'm with you. Like I know this shit ain't gonna be perfect. Mm-hmm. It's my first time ever doing this. Like I know this. Nothing's perfect with a man who would be sitting in my face. So I'm gonna take the problems because I love you for real. When he proposed like what, the day before my birthday or the day after my birthday, something like that. It was like,
what'd he say?
His mom and brothers had drove down to my house, and I'm thinking they just coming for my birthday or whatever. And everybody was being so weird. Like my kids, everybody was just being weird. Like, come around here. I had probably went to every room in my damn house. So at this point I'm getting frustrated. I'm like, what the fuck going on? Like, what is the problem? His brother come from like, at my old house, like it's like the pool area, and he's coming out the pool house and he's got this big teddy bear. And I'm like, oh, like, y'all did all this for some birthday gifts. That's what I'm thinking in my head. Like, all right. So he give me the little teddy bear, and it's like an edible arrangements and some balloons and stuff. And I'm like, oh, thank you. He's on the phone. Like, mind you, he stayed on the phone. He was on the phone 24 hours of the day. So he doesn't miss nothing. He went grocery shopping with me. So he's on the phone, and he was like, oh, you like your stuff? Da, da, da. And I'm like, yeah. And then so I'm walking away, and his brother's like, turn around. So when I turn around, he's got the rings open, and his brother was like, she see him? Like, she see him. So then he just was like, gave me his whole, I love you so much and I don't want to live without you, da da da.
He made that happen. He had the brother narrating
what was
really
happening.
Standing
there like shaking, like my hands was like.
Oh my God.
So you said yes?
Yeah, I said yeah.
Okay, so now we're engaged, and then.
And he got me 2 rings.
He got you two engagement rings?
Was this video? Did you video?
Yeah, I don't have it though.
Okay.
So
did you feel pressured to stay with him, to hold him down because you had already said I'm going to do it? You know what I mean? Like, did you feel public pressure?
I didn't start feeling like that until like it got to the point where we decided to end it. So which goes into people thinking I cheated.
It was a we thing. It
was a very adult breakup because we're still friends. We don't have no bad blood, nothing. Like if he needs something, I'm still there for him. Whatever the case is, it's like a man away. Like ain't like I'm a regular woman. Like I have to be out. I'm around certain people. Like we in the same industry, and I can understand it's hard to deal with sometimes. And it's also things that I had to deal with that made us both insecure. Whether it be fake pages sending me things, certain messages and things being sent to women, and I'm like, damn, you locked up. You know what I'm saying? But it was whether it was true or not. It was the same relationship problems you have with somebody who's free. Those don't just go away because somebody locked up.
Right.
And I think a lot of people don't understand that.
It's probably even intensified because the person is not here with you in the physical. Yeah.
Because not even that, like we both are again a part of the same industry. I don't know who reaching out to you, what's going on, who you know what I'm saying?
But
and
reaching out is one thing, but like having your person with you physically who can actually show you affection,
what
show
I'm
you
saying
the time.
is like then the only thing we can do is communicate, right? Like how you said, that's all we can do is talk on the phone. So if I have these women writing me saying they getting visits with you, they talking to you, things like that.
Because that does go on. Like it
does.
Came out of Suge Knight's thing.
So
like,
it affected y'all relationship eventually.
It affected both of us. Like he started becoming insecure. I started becoming insecure. But that wasn't the reason that we broke up. We was gonna have them problems regardless. But we talked through all of that. We had great communication.
Okay.
So what was the reason?
The reason, I feel like the biggest reason our relationship kind of needed to be on pause was because after my mom passed, trying to work through relationship problems with somebody who already isn't here, just our problems is already hard enough. And it was like weighing on both of us. But when my mom passed, it was like the compassion and care that I needed from somebody, like I wasn't getting it.
You needed it to be about you. And
it wasn't about me. Mm-hmm. And we could talk about it now, so I don't have a problem with saying these things, and I don't think he would have a problem with me saying it either. He was in a place where he only could see his problems. Right. So it would be some days where, you know, I just needed somebody to listen to me cry. Mm-hmm. And it would be like, did you remember to call the lawyer? Did you, you know, like I didn't feel like the care for me when I needed it was the same. So we had the discussion about it, and it was just one of those things where it was like, you know what, in order for us not to like push each other so far away that we just hate each other, like we don't have to keep doing this. Like we could still be friends, but we don't have to like keep putting pressure on each other to make this relationship work. So we broke up. I did not announce that we broke up because I'm like, we still filming. Like I'm not going to do that. Like I'll just like, when we finish filming,
and I'm already dealing with the world
like,
seeing what I got going on with my mom. It's a lot.
I'll let everybody know when we finish filming. You know, like we just friends. We decided to go our separate ways. But in the midst of all of that, I get caught in the cookie shop, and they say I'm cheating and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and it's like in reality I'm a single woman.
Why was they saying? Oh, so that they were saying that you were cheating because people didn't know.
They didn't know we had broken up,
right,
or whatever. So I don't know. It's just a lot. It's like sometimes like. And in them moments when I read those comments, and I try not to pay attention to the comments, but when you read comments and people just assume they know your situation and the things that they say to you.
They always talking shit in the comments, though.
You couldn't wait for this man. He only been gone a minute.
You couldn't wait for this man.
No, he been gone a long time. Like he been like,
I mean.
But it was like, it's like y'all don't even know what y'all talking about. And then it was like, damn, like when I got with him, y'all had shit to talk about me picking this person to be with. When I said I was gonna stay with him, I was dumb for staying if he was locked up. Now y'all don't know what's going on. You just see me out here living my life, and it's she ain't shit. Which one is it? God,
how long does he have? Is he still in there, or how long does he?
Well, technically he was sentenced to 5 years.
Okay.
So,
how long he's been in there now?
He's still in there, right?
Yeah, he's still there.
Okay.
It's about to be 2 years.
And I mean, I think it's fair to say he was cheating if he had other people visiting, right?
Well, no.
Would that be cheating?
No. I never said he had somebody else visit. I said, you know.
She said that's the DMs that she was getting.
Right.
And then dealing with the baby mamas, and it was a lot of other things that came with it. So I was just saying, like, it's hard when somebody really not in your face. If I get 100 of those DMs, my mind finna start saying, these people ain't saying this for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So insecurity start coming out on both ends. That's all I was saying. Like,
okay, that's fair. That's
for me to be out all night and you locked up, and you know I'm a woman, you know how I am and what I like. You ain't talking to me like as a man. Sometimes you get insecure. You can't talk to me until the sun up. You don't know what happened the whole night. I understand.
You gotta wonder what happened.
Understand too that if so many people keep saying the same thing to me, I want to know why they saying it, because ain't
Where's
nobody
it coming from?
You know. So it start like both of us started having like insecurities from just being in a relationship.
Question.
What's up?
I feel like I'm valid enough.
Before we do that, let me give a big shout out to Fujiano.
Facts.
Yeah, like
big shout out.
That's your camera.
Oh, that's my camera?
That's your camera.
Yeah,
right
just
there.
a big shout out to Fujiano for LA shit, you know what I'm saying? Like all love for him.
I need to ask you, man. Is there any beef with Latto?
No.
So
y'all friends now?
No.
It's just no
but I don't
beef.
have no beef. Even when I responded with the diss, like, or whatever people want to call it, like, I'm a rapper. That's what I was supposed to do. If somebody say something on a track that I feel like my fan base and everybody comes to me like, oh, you just gonna let her say that? I'm a rapper. I can rap. This is what we do.
Question. Could there be any type of, communication between the two of you in the future? To where
Why would there be beef?
No, I was just asking. But
He said, would y'all ever do a song together?
Would y'all ever do a song together? Would y'all
I don't
ever
know, whatever
squash
happens. It's nothing to squash
Nothing
for
to
me.
squash?
It's
Okay.
like I feel like honestly, even in our situation, I feel like the fans play a big part.
I agree.
They definitely fueled the fire.
They play a big part in things like this. So regardless of the fact, if I felt how I felt, she felt how she felt, she did a diss, I did a diss, whatever. It's entertainment. It is what it is. It don't go no further than that for me. For me, like in my real world, that don't affect my real world.
So you saying like if y'all ever ran into each other, it wouldn't be like no,
it's nothing.
Like
it's
we
just,
about to like go at it or
I'm
anything
on whatever
like that.
time whoever else on, but what I'm saying is for me, it's not that.
It's not that.
It's not that for me.
Gotcha.
I come from the strip club. I done had to stand in the section with somebody who hit me with a bottle and make this money. When it's time to do business, it's time to do business. That personal don't mean nothing, but it's not even that much personal for me to say.
So the fans maybe kind of overhyped the big
They always
word.
do. I mean, at the end of the day,
But you did say she had
the
ghostwriters and
girl said-
stuff though.
I said
that was
what
her
I said.
response.
I stand
Yeah, that
on
was her response,
everything
though.
I said.
But I feel like a lot of people, they kind of didn't know that.
What about the
Don't
people
matter.
who don't know what's going on?
You don't know what's going on. That's what she's trying to say.
Yeah.
So-
like, what's the short version?
It's not really anything
Not really-
going
not
on.
really
It's
anything. It's like the
it's
word
just
big.
like
It's
the
about a
big
word.
situation.
It was the
came
word
out.
big.
Oh, so y'all was arguing over the word big?
What?
No, it wasn't. Nobody was arguing over it.
On the song, she said, and if a bitch put big in front of her name, like it was,
Oh, gotcha.
you know what I'm saying? So we
Big
like
Renni?
at the end of the day, my first mixtape in 2019 was Big Renni.
Okay.
My chain, Big Renni. Like I ain't just
Biggs brought you to me and
pop up
said it was Big Renni. Yeah.
So when you say that at the end of something, and I know you know me, I know you know my music, I know you know my work, as a rapper, I'm supposed to rap. I'm supposed to respond. You said it over a track, so hold on. Let's not get cute. We can rap about it. And I said what I needed to say, and that was that. Like, it ain't have to be no more, it ain't have to be no less, but
One more
because
question.
I want to clear this up for real.
Okay.
Like,
I'm glad you
Go
are.
ahead, go ahead.
no
Go ahead.
beef.
Floor
It's
is
no
yours.
beef. I just feel like as a rapper, like at the end of the day, my fans, if my fans say, you ain't gonna let her say this to you, and I'm listening, I'm like, oh shit, it do kind of sound like she sent that bitch at me, or whoever the fuck else called themselves big. You was supposed to respond and rap.
But even though it doesn't apply to your real life, I think sometimes it could cause a real type of situation, right?
Like
Unnecessary
I said, I'm on whatever
frequency.
time whoever.
Right. So do you think that you could have maybe just hit her and be like, hey,
Why when she had already rapped?
Before I put this
She didn't hit my phone.
Well, did we know for sure at the time that she was talking about you, or was
ain't
it the
matter.
fans that fueled the fire?
They did. I said that.
Yeah,
'Cause at that
so-
point, it didn't matter. My fans felt like I needed to do that, so I'm giving my fans what they want. Because these are the people who make my money for me.
Okay, so it's just entertainment. Yo, did Finesse 2 Times ever find you?
We saw each other in the club.
Okay, how was that?
He's a nice guy.
Okay.
It was a pleasure to meet
I
him.
just seen him. I heard him in a song. He said he was looking for you, so I was like, did
He
he
was in
find
a strip club in South Carolina, and I happened to be home, and I was out. We chopped it up or whatever. Talked about doing some music together. Good guy.
That's dope.
And that's
So
where it
music on the
is.
way. Finesse 2 Times, Renni
We
Rucci.
just
She
talked
just
about
said
it.
we talked about
we
it.
talked about it.
Okay, we'll see.
Okay. All
I
right.
never said that. I just said we talked about it. He's
Okay.
a nice guy.
Dear Baller Alert, I had my first official date from heaven and hell.
Oh.
It started off different than normal, a one-night stand. We agreed that it shouldn't have happened because we worked together and I know his ex, but the physical part just kept happening. We agreed after the 8th or 9th encounter to try a date night situation. And after everything I expected to happen, happened, shaking my head. He was just so ghetto with no manners. I can't even imagine how we got here. Here's my issue. His sex is everything, but I simply cannot be with this man out in public. How do I get out of this and over this? Please help.
Well, y'all know me, sis. Just don't go out with him in public. Like, if you saying you just want it to be a casual sex-capade relationship, then figure that out. If not, you're gonna have to let it all go. If you can't be with him in public, then what are we doing?
Ready?
And so she said she want to get out of it and over it.
Yeah.
And
But
on
I
it.
understand
she said the sex
because
good, but he ghetto
Good
as hell.
sex is something hard to get over. So I definitely understand what she's saying. But out of it, like, I'm the type of woman I say exactly how I feel. I ain't fucking with it no more. Like, it was fun. It is what it is. Like, but I can't fuck with you.
Okay.
Like, it's honesty. We don't owe nobody a lie.
No.
BT.
She wants to fuck on him, but
Say
don't want to be
that.
outside with
Yeah,
him.
I
Right?
mean-
And that's what I'm
Because I don't
saying.
know no man that ain't down for that.
Well, it just seems like they just need to be sneaky links.
Well,
That's it.
what's the sneaking? But that's why I said she don't need to be sleeping with him if she ashamed to go out in public with him. Because my mama always told me, if you ashamed, then you shouldn't be doing it. So if you don't even want to be caught in public with this man, you don't need to be riding him.
Child.
Tap me in.
Girl, have sex with that man if that's what you want.
Let me look at my camera.
Agree.
Shout
That's what she said. She calling him ghetto and all of that. Like, you got bad energy.
She sound like she from the suburbs and she got some ghetto pee now. Okay, he getting your ass tossed up, tossing your salad, eating your ass, all type of shit going on. And your little suburban ass ain't used to that. You used to little small dick Peter. You know what I'm talking about? Doing his little thing and getting the hell on. But Garcia Ralph that took your ass up through there. And you can't be seen in public with this man because he don't got all this shit together. Listen here, baby. It's gonna be a rough life for you.
Or she could help him get his shit together.
I don't know.
But then
she said he was ghetto. We don't really know.
She said she can't be in public with him.
I mean,
so you being foul.
You think so? Cause she know the ex. What's the?
We worked. Didn't she say they worked together?
She said they worked together, and this shouldn't have happened because I know his ex.
So
and after the
like
8th or 9th encounter, I mean, he would take you up through that work.
Wait, 8 or 9? I missed that part. They had sex that many times?
8 or
Y'all go together. Y'all go together. Let it go.
All right, time for us to get up out of here. Miss Renni Rucci, we appreciate but you gotta do one more thing.
Right?
We ain't talking about nothing else.
You can come back.
You can always reoccur and come back.
We had better things to talk about.
Like what?
Better things, y'all. Why we sitting here talking about exes and beefs and all of that bullshit? Like, we had so much more things we could have talked about.
How about this? How about you come back and we finish our conversation?
All right.
All right. For right now, I want you to look at this camera and then you say your name and just give some motivational speak to your fans, to anybody out there.
Pep talk.
You know,
pep talk.
You gotta say your name.
Oh, okay. It's Renni Rucci, and so my little pep talk for y'all is: listen, stay strong. And that sounds like real cliche, but I'm talking about your mental, your emotional, your physical. Take care of yourself because you only get one of these. You only get one life. You're not promised tomorrow. Stay strong in whatever you do. Do not let this world, these people in it, and circumstances defeat you. It's gonna be okay.